Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel once again. Yes, you're seeing a vista before us here. Hi Maggie.
Hi, how are you doing, Ron?
I'm great. So you guys, as I said before, if you've seen that video already, if you haven't, I am going home to home right now, and basically I'm making amazing meals with people with whatever they have in their house. So Maggie, what do you have today?
I have some salmon I've been defrosting.
Okay.
I have asparagus I bought from the grocery store.
Awesome.
We have some basmati rice I thought might go nicely with it, and then whatever else we find that inspires us.
Exactly, and that's the whole fun of it. Maggie here is a mother of three?
Two.
Oh, sorry, of two. Sorry.
And two cats.
And two cats. There you go, so that is four plus a husband. Well, it's basically a family. So right now we're going to feed a lot of people. So the whole thing behind this is honestly to be to make the home meals. I didn't bring in my spices. It's more like say whatever you have in here, we're going to make an amazing meal with that. We all know what it's all about. As a mother at home, I'm a dad, so we struggle through meals and sometimes we don't want to cook, but it's more like say, what do we have and how can we utilize what we have to make a meal?
I'm pretty excited. I just got home from work too. It's the real deal. If the kids come in screaming that they're hungry, it'll be not even pre-scripted.
There you go, there you go, you have it. So, alright, let's get started. So we're going to start by doing our asparagus here, and the best way to do it is to snap it, so that way some people cut them, but if you just snap it, then you know this is the best part to eat. So just snap it like that, that's it. Unfortunately, these ones have lost a lot of moisture, or you know what we're going to do is to put them in water. They keep getting water, sucking up some water until when we can eat them.
Hey, are you my sous chef? Here, I just ran some water over it.
Oh, water.
Yeah.
Do you think it's
I think they're fine. They're mostly done.
Maggie here has some spices right here, a lot of spices. I gotta say, you are very organized, so it looks amazing. By the way, here's some tip for you guys. I mean, some people have like say maybe a trolley where it's sitting on and is trolling around, or you can do what Maggie has here. So Maggie, what spices really do you love?
What do I love? I really like cumin. It comes into a lot of my recipes.
Okay.
Rosemary is my absolute favorite flavor when I'm like roasting potatoes, or I put on some poultry.
All right.
And I put parsley on a lot of things. My husband's in love with cinnamon, so we actually have 2 bottles for cinnamon. I'm going to refill them soon. And everything he bakes probably ends up with some cinnamon in it.
Wow, okay, so he loves that then. So we're going to pick some ingredients from here. So what you need to keep in mind when you are cooking something like salmon, you don't over want to do it. Simple things really work with it. I know in this case, since we have kids, we may not probably deal with too much of this because it's gonna be too spicy for them, but we go with the basics. Definitely simple herbs would do, and since you love that, you said you love rosemary.
Yeah.
We could work with that. I don't see why not. What's wrong? Anything wrong with that? So basically we're going to get started right now. First things first, we have our kettle on. You probably can hear it. And also we're going to now, because we're basically making rice, we're making salmon, we're making asparagus. The question is, what cooks faster? You want to have your rice on and then start, season your salmon as well. But even if you did that a few minutes earlier or 30 minutes earlier, that's fine as well. Because remember, the earlier or the sooner you maybe say put spices on something, the sooner they get that love all the way. So let's get started.
Fun fact, we were looking through my spice drawer and we found some of these seasoning mixes that I received from my local library. They had a program once a month where they grabbed spices from around the world. This is adobo seasoning, and I have some Herbe de Provence over here. And they give you basically ingredients of what's in the seasoning mix, some ideas of how you might cook it. So it was a nice find that reminded me that I should experiment a bit more with them.
So again, I asked Maggie here what they prefer and what spices they want to go with. We have a bunch of spices here, as you guys can see. So we're just going to start with some black pepper. typically when you use black pepper and salt, what it does basically is to enhance the flavors all out. So the other spices may kind of hide the flavor of the item. That's why typically when you use maybe garlic, it may be overwhelmed. Maybe when you use things like curry, you might smell more of the curry. But when you use salt and pepper, you never smell them, but they just enhance the flavors for you. So here we go. The curry.
I have a few different cutting boards, but this one I use for meat. My bamboo cutting board is for veg.
And by the way, if you guys have noticed, this is actually kind of frozen, but that's okay. At the end of the day, is how you work with it. Again, we are here with reality, guys. At the end of the day, you are working as a mom or dad at home, whatever. You're not buying fresh stuff. Don't lie to anybody.
Not unless there's guests coming over.
Yep. Okay. So Maggie is gonna go ahead and also put in some rice in there. What we're going to do is to sear the fish a little bit. Searing means you're going to put it on the pan for a little bit before you put it in the oven to finish it off. Typically it's better to put the skin down. That way the skin doesn't just color up like that, but also it keeps your fish actually moist. So basically this is more like a herb kind of seasoning we're doing here, by the way. And again, don't overdo it, as I said. And also we're going to make a sauce with this. Do I know what kind of sauce we're making yet? No, because Maggie said, let's look in the fridge and be creative. This is what I love about her. She's like, listen, we can get creative. I don't mind it.
We'll find out soon enough.
We'll find out soon enough. What does it taste like, right? So also we're putting a little of mustard, by the way, on here. And then we have some, is it?
That's onion.
Onion powder here as well. So typically when we're cooking the rice, so I know some people prefer to cover it, but you don't necessarily have to cover it sometimes. So usually I'll cover mine towards the end. Like,
oh really?
So now that we have our salmon, let's get into our pan. Now, what do we have in the fridge? We need to play with this to get some sauce. It's either buttery or creamy or something like that. So what do you have in here?
So I do have some sour cream, I have mayonnaise and soy sauce, I have some Asian things like mirin or rice vinegar.
Okay, so now let's put in our asparagus in our water. We're going to branch it off. So now that we're working on our asparagus, what we're also going to do is to make sure we put a bit of salt in there. Why? If you are branching or maybe poaching anything, like say anything that is green, it's better to use some salt, or anything else. It will make sure to contain the colors so that it doesn't dry out and then it looks like the colors are gone. So a lot of salt would be great.
Mise en place, it's ready to go.
That's good.
There you are.
Look at you go, you know the terms of French, eh? Mise en place. Can anybody drop down in the comment if you know what mise en place means? If you don't, we'll let you know. Don't tell them.
I wouldn't.
I think some people don't know what that means. You hear that? You want to get that sear right there. So it's important, as you can see, the skin is going to start wrapping up itself, but also you don't want to force this, because if you see it's not moving right now, you might rip the skin. As soon as the skin lets go, that means you're good to take it off.
I've definitely done that before. I've been very disappointed because the skin's my favorite part.
Yeah, once this cooks, so I mean like we have to do this last, because it's already cooking, right? And once you put it in there, it's basically almost done, right?
I don't mind.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, and also these pans are great, but you end up scraping them most of the time.
Exactly.
If you don't take care of them, you end up scraping. So Maggie, why don't you tell us about yourself? Who are you, and so on and so forth.
Who am I? Oh no, I'm a teacher, I'm a mom, and what else? I'm a very creative type, so I always love making things. Cooking's one way to be creative.
I can tell, by the way, because her fridge is stocked. Oh my god, I've never seen a fridge with full of stuff I can use, like so many things that you could be creative with.
I think sometimes is the problem though, is I'll get really excited about making, I don't know, a pad thai, and I get all of the ingredients and I make it, and then I forget about pad thai for a month and I have these ingredients on hand. So I have a lot of variety, and I'd like to get more into the habit of using them again and again.
So if you guys can see right here for asparagus right now, honestly, it's basically pretty much cooked here. And also, if I broke it, it will break so easily. And also once it starts to bend like that easily, that means pretty much almost done here. Okay.
The color is so vibrant right now. It's really green.
Exactly, and that's usually salt will help you actually to do that easily. Whether it's you're doing broccoli, it will definitely look like that as well. And once they come out of here right now, since our fish is not ready, we had some technical problems. So that means what we're going to do is to put these in cold water, freezing water, so that it stops cooking. Okay, we're transferring this right now. Has to stop cooking right now. There you go. Okay, so we had to change the pans here, by the way, because, you know, the other one wasn't working for us. But she says it's amazing, so we'll try this one. Oh, I can tell. Oh my God.
Already, right?
It's already bouncing on. I wish we did this to start with.
That's okay, we live to learn.
Oh, wow. Love it. Can I take it? Can I take it all? So now let's put our fish in the oven. And it shouldn't be too long. Okay, so again, this is called deglaze a pan, and what we're going to do is to use some butter to make our sauce. And typically, what we do here, because I'm putting in butter, we put in equal parts both butter and flour, and that will be called a roux.
All right.
Now you put in your flour. And then just make sure your heat is a bit on low, don't rush it so much. You need to cook off the flour a little bit like that. I know right now this looks a little like too much, like what's going on here? How do you turn that into a sauce? Oh, simple. Just keeps going like that. Use the milk or whatever you may be having with you. Imagine this if you're using it maybe for a steak. Believe it or not, at the end of this, it's gonna be creamy. The thickness here is determined by the amount of flour you put in here. Typically, people will be using cream. As I said, you can do that, of course. It tastes much better, no problem. Maggie here also has a bit of sour cream. We're going to put a bit of sour cream in here. And we also have a lemon. We're going to toss in here too. Put a little bit of lemon juice because we're dealing with fish, right? So there we have it. Not too much, not to overdo it. But look at that. Now we're going to add a little bit of more water in here so it can actually calm it down. But before that, I'm also going to put a bit, seasoning this up now. Use a bit of black pepper. We do a dash of salt. By the way, if you're making also like your own Alfredo sauce, you basically be doing the same thing. Just like that.
Awesome.
I want you to test it. Tell me what you think about it.
Sounds good. Here you go. It's pretty good. I think it could be a bit more salty. Add a little bit more pizzazz, but I really like the texture of it.
So usually, and that's why you test it, right? To see if the taste is good, or you need to add a little bit of love in it.
I like it.
After our cooking show?
Alright, what smells like? So you want to test it again?
Absolutely.
Let it keep cooking the flour over a little bit. Okay, and let's get our fish out. Okay, so we're basically wrapping up here, guys. We have our sauce right here, we have our asparagus right here, we have the rice right here, and we're going to plate right now. We're basically ready. So since we made our asparagus so fast, we're just warming it up quickly right now. Okay, for the moment of truth, I did promise Maggie here that the rice should be nice and flaky. Let's find out.
Oh, look at that. It's all curling up at the top even.
Is it flaky? Is it falling apart?
Yes, so good.
Right?
No density
Show
there.
them the
It's
truth,
like a
because I don't
cloud.
want people to say like, no, that's not the truth. See that?
They're lying.
There you go.
Wow.
Let's let me know how much.
That's good.
I give you some more.
Yeah. Yes,
Try
we
them.
did.
They're really good. So.
And I'll be honest, I want some on my rice.
All right, let's have some right there. I guess this is
That
yours.
looks so good. Yes, that's mine. Yum.
Okay. Okay guys, we're going to wrap up right now. Basically, we want people to eat food before it gets cold, and they seem to be happy with it. So, there we have it. So guys, basically that's it. They're going to about to enjoy their food, so I need to get out of here quickly. But we want to do the word of the day. The word of the day is basically, let's go with fish. Fish, we say echenyanja.
Nothing on my plate.
One more.
Echenyanja.
Echenyanja.
That's it.
Echenyanja.
It's that simple. Well, thank you guys. If you want to see this exactly in your own home, if I'm close enough, I will come over and I will help you out. All right. Thank you guys, and I really hope to see you in my next video. And well, that's about it.
Thank you, Ronald.
No problem. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to come to your home and do something of the same, similar to this basically. Not the
Thanks,
same
Ronald.
exactly. No problem. That is my cameraman back there saying, thank you, Ronald.
You should put him on staff for regular shows.
Exactly. Well. Bye, guys.
Bye.